Over the years, hybrids have not exactly been the most popular purchase. However, that could all change. On this edition of Test Drive, the Infiniti M35h. According to Dennis DeRosier, Canada's foremost automotive prognosticator, Canadians purchased 18 million vehicles over the past 11 years. Of that number, just 58,000 were hybrids. The conclusion is clear. There are many people who talk the talk, but few follow through when it's time to put up the cash. However, all of that could change. The reason is a new breed of hybrid that has one thing going for it. There is no compromise. This Infiniti M35h is one of a string of new cars that's embracing a brand new philosophy. Use a regular automatic transmission instead of a CVT. This strategy not only does away with that really annoying motorboating effect where the engine is pegged at redline whenever you call for hard acceleration, it actually allows the electric side to operate at highway speeds. This Infiniti, it's quite happy purring along at 100k on electric power alone. By that speed, well, those CVT-based units, the electric side's been in bed for a long time. Infiniti's direct response hybrid system employs a 3.5-litre V6 engine, a 7-speed manumatic transmission and an electric motor that's sandwiched between the two. In this case, the engine produces 302 horsepower and 258 pound-feet of torque, while the electric motor supplies another 67 horsepower and, more importantly, 199 pound-feet of torque. The net result is a system output of 360 horsepower. The final piece of the hybrid pie is found in the main 1.4 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery that's housed in the trunk and recharged through regenerative braking. The ability for this car to run on electric power at highway speeds as well as when prowling suburbia is what explains the tremendous fuel economy numbers. But that only tells a part of the story. The other half, this car, I've actually driven 23% of the mileage total so far on electric power alone. Now that tells the economy story. On the flip side, there's the performance story. This thing, it'll run to 100k in 5.5 seconds, and it does the 80 to 120 passing move in under 4 seconds. Now that is world class, hybrid or otherwise. The secret to the M35h's proficiency boils down to a pair of clutches. The first separates the engine from the electric motor, the second sits between the motor and the transmission. Depending upon how the clutches are opened and or closed, the setup allows the electric motor to drive the car, the motor and engine to work together, or the engine to power the vehicle alone. It also allows the electric motor to start the engine and be used to capture otherwise waste energy through regenerative braking. It sounds complicated, but when compared to the CVT-based hybrids, the methodology is simpler and, in the end, more effective. When you get to the cabin of this Infiniti M35h, you'll find a balanced blend of luxury and the latest technology. On the luxury side, 10-way power seats that are both heated and cooled. Then there's this really nice Japanese ash that's actually been rubbed with real silver. It gives it a very different look. Audio system, very good indeed. 14 speakers, 4 of which are housed in the seat backs, and of course there's a full-on navigation system. As for the tech side, well, this thing counts adaptive cruise control, adaptive front headlights, you've got blind spot monitoring and lane departure warning. It all comes together very nicely indeed. There is a dial on the center console that allows the driver to select economy, standard and sport driving modes, along with another designed to minimize wheel spin in snowy weather. For the most part, the standard mode is the right choice. The economy mode blunts the performance edge too much, while the sport mode places too much emphasis on outright performance and at the expense of economy. As for the rest of it, well, the hybrid handles just like its regular sibling. In fact, only the spongy brake pedal gives the game away. This M35h delivers on all fronts. It's got luxury, excellent fuel economy and superior performance. In other words, the best of all worlds, and that explains why hybrid sales, well, they should start to blossom.